The jungle face-off begins when stripes collide. Alright, picture this. You're deep in the wilderness, standing completely still, heart pounding, and every instinct in your body screaming do not move. To your left, crouched in the snow with eyes like frozen steel, is a Siberian tiger. Massive, silent, and wrapped in layers of thick fur like nature's heavyweight assassin. The jungle face-off begins when stripes collide. Alright, picture this. You're deep in the wilderness, standing completely still, heart pounding, and every instinct in your body screaming do not move. To your left, crouched in the snow with eyes like frozen steel, is a Siberian tiger. Massive, silent, and wrapped in layers of thick fur like nature's heavyweight assassin. To your right, slinking through the dense heat of the jungle with a predator's confidence, is a Bengal tiger, sleek, golden, and burning with raw intensity. Now pause, you're not just witnessing any encounter. You're in the middle of a once-in-a-lifetime showdown. This isn't just a battle of teeth and claws. This is cold versus heat, power versus precision, Russia's Snow King versus India's jungle warrior. It's not just a fight, it's a clash of legends wearing stripes. Let me tell you, I've spent time tracking both of these magnificent cats in the wild, and I can say without hesitation each one brings its own brand of awe. Siberians are like armored tanks wrapped in fluff. Bengals, think jungle ninjas with muscle. Seeing either in their natural habitat is like meeting a god in fur. Seeing both, that's a front-row ticket to the wildest rivalry on earth. But here's the million-dollar question. If these two were to throw down in a fair fight, no cages, no tricks, just raw primal instinct, who would come out on top? Who is the true king of the big cats? Before we answer that, we've got to size up our fighters. Because once you peel back the myth, the truth about these titans might just surprise you. Stick around, because this is only the beginning. The wildest tale in tiger history is just getting started. Size, strength, and stats, busting the myths. Let's talk numbers, because in any heavyweight showdown, the first thing people want to know is who's bigger. And if you've spent more than 2 minutes on the internet, you've probably seen folks tossing around one particular number like candy at a parade. Siberian tigers weigh over 600 pounds, they say. Sounds impressive, right? But hold up, let's pump the brakes and talk facts. That 600-pound figure, it's real, yes, but it's also rare. It's like saying the average human weighs 1,000 pounds because of that one guy on a TLC documentary. Sure, it technically happened, but it's not the standard. What we're really talking about here is average wild weight, not zoo-fed fluffball weight. In the wild, your average Siberian tiger clocks in around 383 pounds. Still a beast by every definition, but not quite the fur-covered monster some YouTube thumbnails would have you believe. They're built like bulldozers though, with thick layers of fur and fat that act like built-in snow armor. These cats are survivors of the Siberian winter, where your breath freezes in the air and even your thoughts start to shiver. Now enter the Bengal tiger. This bad boy is no lightweight either. Averaging between 420 to 460 pounds, with studies showing they often carry more bone density and lean muscle mass than their colder cousins. That means they're not just heavier on the scale, they're also pound for pound stronger. More muscle, thicker limbs, denser frames. Basically, if you turn these two into professional fighters, the Bengal's body would scream powerlifter while the Siberian says polar bear with a black belt. And here's the kicker. A lot of people think bigger automatically means stronger, but when you peel back the fluff and look at what's really under the hood, muscle, bone structure, the Bengal tiger starts looking a lot more like a prime contender. I mean, imagine throwing a punch in a winter coat. Sure, it cushions you, but it also slows you down. That's kind of the deal here. Siberians are bulkier, but that bulk isn't always battle-ready mass. Bengals, on the other hand, are built to move, strike, and dominate with explosive force. So, if you were betting on brute strength alone, who would you choose? The snow-armored giant or the muscle-packed juggernaut? And remember, this is just the warm-up round. Next, we'll look at how each of these big cats brings that power to the battlefield in their own wild style. Let's keep the claws out and the facts coming. Armor versus agility, built for battle. Now that we know what these tigers are packing on the scale, let's take a closer look at what they bring to the battlefield. Because when claws fly and fur rips, it's not just about size, it's about how well you're built for war. Let's start with the Siberian tiger. This beast is nature's version of an armored tank. Thick fur, thick skin, and a hardy layer of fat insulation all working together like biological body armor. That fluffy coat may look cuddly from a distance, but trust me, it's designed to shrug off punishment. A swipe from a rival's claw might not even break through to muscle. It's like trying to punch someone wearing 3 parkas and a Kevlar vest. But that armor has a trade-off. Just like a tank, the Siberian isn't built for quick maneuvers. He's powerful, durable, and can soak up hits, but speed isn't his strong suit. That thick coat might protect him from slashes, but it also adds weight and traps heat, which isn't ideal when your fight turns into a sweaty, high-speed brawl. Now step into the ring with the Bengal Tiger. This cat is a completely different animal. Leaner, sleeker, and coiled like a spring. Less insulation means more mobility, and this tiger makes it count. The Bengal is the kind of fighter who ducks, weaves, and strikes with lightning speed. It's all explosive power, fast twitch muscle, and killer reflexes. You want to talk fighting styles, think of the Siberian as a heavyweight boxer, slower, more deliberate, built to absorb damage and land punishing blows. The Bengal, that's your MMA champion, bouncing on its feet, throwing fast combos, and using raw agility to dominate the match. I've seen footage of Bengal tigers leaping straight up to snag prey from tree branches and dragging livestock twice their size through jungle terrain. That kind of strength and control isn't just genetic, it's functional design. Their entire body is optimized for fast, brutal efficiency in hot, chaotic environments. And here's a fun fact. Because they're more exposed, less fat, less fluff, Bengals can't afford to take too many hits, so they fight to end it fast. It's not about tanking through blows, it's about dodging them entirely and finishing the fight before their opponent knows what hit them. So, who has the advantage here? Do you go with the tiger in the winter coat, built to outlast and overpower, or the jungle-sculpted predator built for pure combat precision? Either way, one thing's clear. These tigers aren't just big cats. They're walking war machines, each fine-tuned by evolution to conquer their environment. And we're just getting started. Next up, we dive into the real meat of the matter, how these beasts actually fight. Trust me, this is where it gets wild. Battle styles, the art of the swipe. Now let's get to the moment we've all been waiting for. The claws are out, the growls are deep, and it's time to rumble. When these two titans finally collide, it's not just brute force on display, it's strategy, technique, and a whole lot of feline finesse. Let's start with the Siberian Tiger. This big guy fights like he life's calculated, powerful, and with a whole lot of mass behind every move. Siberians are known to leap and lunge, putting their entire body weight into a single devastating strike. I like to call this the freight train approach. Once that tiger gets moving, you better not be in its way. With shorter limbs and a stockier build, they don't dance, they drop the hammer. Their grip is legendary. Siberians have slightly shorter but thicker limbs, which might reduce reach but increase grip strength. Once they've got a hold of something, prey, opponent, your worst nightmare, they don't let go. It's like being grabbed by a hydraulic press in a fur coat. Now over in the other corner, we've got the Bengal Tiger, and oh boy, does this cat fight differently. Bengals are brawlers with flair. They stand up more during combat, using their longer limbs and denser muscles to rain down swipes like a jungle Bruce Lee. Their attacks come in fast, high, and aggressive. When a Bengal strikes, it's not just to intimidate, it's to take you down. And here's where things get really interesting. While Siberians might slow down in a long match thanks to all that insulation holding in heat, the Bengal keeps moving. Their leaner frame and muscle-focused build helps them burn less energy over time. They're not just fighters, they're finishers. Now let's not forget the subtle details, the ones most people miss. Bengals have slightly longer skulls, giving them a touch more reach. Their longer limbs mean wider attack range and better balance when they stand upright. It's those small anatomical tweaks that can flip the script in a real fight. You ever watch two house cats play fight and notice how one always seems to land just a little faster, a little cleaner? That's the Bengal in this story. He's got the edge in speed, precision, and pressure. The Siberian may hit harder, but the Bengal lands more. It's the difference between a sledgehammer and a sword. One is brutal, the other is surgical. And in nature, where every second matters and one missed move can cost everything, those little differences add up. So here's the real question. If you were a tiger stepping into the arena, Would you rather be the cold calculated striker who smashes through problems or the sleek predator who slices through with speed? Coming up next, we crown the champion. It's time to answer the biggest question of all. Who actually wins? Who's the true king of tigers? Alright folks, the fur has flown, the claws have clashed, and after digging into the science, smashing a few myths, and stepping into the ring with two of nature's greatest predators, it's time to crown a winner. And here's the verdict. If you pit these two striped gladiators against each other in a one-on-one jungle throwdown, the edge goes to the Bengal tiger. Why? Let's tally the score. The Bengal packs more muscle per pound, thicker bones, and longer limbs for greater reach and impact. It fights with a blend of speed, aggression, and precision, like a big cat version of a UFC champion who's been training in the jungle since birth. It doesn't just hit, it hits fast and it hits smart. While the Siberian tiger is a powerhouse, the Bengal is built for battle. But here's the thing, this isn't just about fight night. It's about evolution, environment, and how each tiger became a master of its own world. The Siberian tiger, with its rugged frame, dense coat, and fat-packed resilience, is a cold-weather survivalist. It thrives in the snow-covered wilderness of the Russian Far East, where staying warm is just as important as staying alive. It doesn't need to be the fastest, it just needs to outlast everything else. The Bengal tiger, on the other hand, was forged in heat, humidity, and high competition. It's leaner, meaner, and honed for conflict, because in the tropical forests and grasslands of India, every day is a test. Other predators, bigger prey, hotter temperatures, it's a non-stop gauntlet. And the Bengal has evolved not just to survive, but to dominate. So who's the real king of tigers? The answer depends on where the throne is. In the snow-covered taiga, the Siberian wears the crown with quiet, frosted dignity. But in a head-to-head clash, in a neutral arena with no snow or sun advantage, the Bengal tiger has the edge. Still, let's be honest, these animals aren't just kings, they're legends. They represent the incredible power of evolution, the beauty of balance between strength and environment, and a reminder that nature never designs anything halfway. So next time you hear someone say tigers are just big cats, remember this: some cats climb curtains, these ones rule continents. Stick around, because the wild has plenty more battles, mysteries, and marvels waiting. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know which animal face-off you want to see next. Nature never runs out of rivals, and we never run out of stories to tell. If you had fun diving into the wild with me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the crew. This channel's all about epic animal face-offs, jaw-dropping wildlife facts, and a whole lot of nature nerd fun. I've got more battles, more beasts, and more untamed adventures on the way, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. So go ahead, subscribe, give the video a like, and drop a comment letting me know which animal matchup we should tackle next. Nature's full of surprises, and together, we're going to explore every wild corner of it. Let's make the wild even wilder, one episode at a time.